Welcome to the carnage.
And welcome back to the carnage. Yesterday I told you guys that I would make a follow-up video to this, and so that's what I'm doing. But I wanted to wait until after today's video that Candace did to see what route she was going to go, because we all know yesterday that video didn't apparently go well, right, with her audience. The chat was, oh, she sold out, she's been cloned, that's not really Candace, it's a hologram. I mean, just the craziest crap you ever heard, right? And then so I thought, okay, well, if I made a video about that, I'd have to probably make a follow-up to what is she going to do next, right? So I sat back and I thought, all right, here's what I think. She's going to go one of two ways. One, she's going to, keep down the path of the Erica Kirk, TP USA, we're working together, kumbaya, braiding each other's pubes, that whole thing. Or she was going to flip it back to the conspiracy theory angle, right? And that's exactly what she did. She started the video off with, I've got evidence that you're never going to believe. It's so jaw-dropping. And oh my God, I got the smoking gun. It's like, okay. And so you watch the video, and pretty much for like 20 minutes, she goes on a rant about minute details that really don't mean dick to anybody. So that was kind of weird. And then she shows this photo, and it's just one photo of the vehicle that was used to transport Charlie Kirk to the hospital after the shooting, right? So there's no evidentiary value necessarily to a normal viewer, and there was really no context put into it. She kind of went on a tirade about, what it meant and what it could mean and this, that, and the other. And it just seemed like, in my opinion, she's just grasping at straws at this point. I think she realizes that without furnishing any real cold, hard evidence to her viewers, that they're going to start turning on her, because they're like, hey man, you went over and you talked to the enemy, you talked to Erica, you let us down, you backstabbed us, blah, 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 blah. That whole fucking stupid, it's just stupid, right? And we knew that was what was coming. She doesn't have enough evidence to say, here's the smoking gun, I have proof. But she went directly back to the conspiracy theory side of it. And what was kind of weird was she really didn't spin anything on TP USA or Erica Kirk necessarily. I think she mentioned Erica once the whole video, and instead she was like, the FBI and the CIA and it's the feds, they're all behind it, the feds are behind it. And I feel like the people that watch her and are just like buying into this whole thing, I find it funny, right, that these people think that the left, right, the trans furries are crazy, right, and they are, obviously. But on the other hand, on the right, you have these conspiracy theory nuts, these far right-wing conspiracy theory nuts, and they don't realize that they're just as equally mentally ill as the people they dislike, which I find humor in this. Hence why I don't pick a side. I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm a moderate. I stay in the middle for that specific reason, is I look at both sides and I'm like, you're both equally batshit crazy. You have good people, but for the majority, you guys got some nutbags that, quite honestly, I, don't want to associate with. And so these people, they're turning on Candace, in real time, right? If you go watch any of the videos about her chat, you would be like, wow, okay. Yeah, her audience is definitely not happy with it. And so I kind of figured that's what Candace was going to do. She was going to continue to go down the conspiracy theory path, and she's going to start grasping at straws, and she's going to start talking about these like little minute things that seem like they're groundbreaking, and she's really overselling them as such to keep the audience engaged, with her show. Because if we're being honest, I seriously am a firm believer in thinking that the day that Charlie was assassinated, Candace was like, how can I use this to further my agenda and make money on it? I'm serious. That's what I think. I am 100% convinced that is exactly how that went down. And so she's been spinning this now for 3 months, and people are now finally going, oh, she doesn't have any answers. Oh, she's full of shit. She's just using us for views and clicks. It's like, well, yeah, you idiots. Did you honestly think that Candace Owens, who does not have a fucking background whatsoever in investigative techniques and is some, gumshoe fucking detective, was going to unravel the biggest conspiracy theory of all all fucking time, right? Like, this is bigger than JFK. Did you really seriously think that that's what was going to happen? Because if you did, you have nobody to blame for your stupidity but yourself. Honestly, I don't feel bad for you. Not in the least. Like, wake the hell up, man. Like, did you really think that's what the end was going to be? Absolutely not. She's going to string you along, and she's going to keep throwing out little bits of, photos and text messages and this, that, and the other, and just keep feeding you this drip line of conspiracy bullshit that you're going to buy into, and you think that it's going to lead to some big discovery. No. And the biggest thing to me, which is I'm really confused on, is a group of people that really do not like the left, and they hate, that side of the aisle. Why they can't just believe that some delusional trans furry fucker like Tyler Robinson could not possibly have been involved in this whole thing. I don't understand. You don't like that group of people. Why is it such a far stretch to think they had something to do with it? I don't know. It's weird to me why you're trying to look for some other, bigger player involved. Like, I get it. You want the evidence that the government was involved somehow. I hate the government. I don't trust the government, but I don't think that the government really would have wasted their time in doing this to Charlie Kirk, especially at the beginning of the first year of Trump's, it doesn't make sense. There's no connection there. Like, I've sat here and really thought about it hard. I'm like, what would be the purpose for this? And I can't get there. And it's like, well, that's because the Republicans didn't do it. It was the Democrats. It's like, okay, well, let's go down that road. So the Democrats wanted to get rid of Charlie Kirk. Why? Because they knew damn good and well if they did, right, that this was going to do nothing but further the right wing's agenda, and it was going to bring kumbaya, and everybody was going to be like, what a horrible thing, right? And why would the Democrats do that to strengthen the Republican Party and to bring people together? No. I just don't get it. Maybe, there's more to it than that. I doubt it, but maybe. So let's just be honest for just a second. And let's really be honest. Do you really think that Candace Owens was doing any of this because, Charlie Kirk was her best friend? And he came to her in a dream and, all this other weird nonsense. Do you seriously think that was Candace's motivation? That money and views and popularity and becoming the #1 podcast and all these things, that wasn't her ambition? Do you really think that none of that crossed her mind? Not in the least? Because if you think that, then I think maybe you might be the problem. I really do. I would say maybe you need to really think about seeking some type of mental help. Honestly, because money is the biggest motivator there is. And what comes with money? Power, influence. And Candace is in a political sphere, and she's a woman nonetheless, where she wants to be better and bigger than the men in the same space. You can't convince me otherwise. That is exactly what it was about. I know that's what it was about, and I am so surprised that nobody else seems to see it that way. That they're just like, yeah, she's totally on the up and up. She's got all the answers to the whole thing. It's like, she hasn't produced shit. Nothing. Everything that she's literally produced has been little tidbits of a paper trail of something, and then it gets to like the end of that paper trail, and then it veers off into a completely other fucking direction entirely. There's no end at all to any of these trails that she's taking you guys down on. I don't know how you could sit there and watch this crap, honestly, and think that, today's the day, man. Today is the day we're going to get to the bottom of this. And that day comes and nothing happens, and you guys are like, cool, tomorrow's the day it's gonna happen. Oh my god, it just blows my mind. Anyways, so had to make this video. Not going to talk too much more about this because I said, I think it's crazy. I think there's a lot of weird, mumbo jumbo going on in people's heads nowadays, where they have to change their view of reality, and that it's just vanilla ice cream isn't good, and you can't have vanilla ice cream. You got to have something else. Don't understand the mentality. That's just me. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you get a chance, hit like, subscribe. If not, that's okay too. I will catch you all on the next video.